Hey guys, so today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just skip the dish around because I just got a haircut. I'm already in Vancouver. I live in Surrey, so I figure, you know, around Vancouver, Burnaby, I'll just do some skip the dish and make some money, because right now it's around 4 o'clock and there's traffic and I don't want to get stuck in traffic. It'll take like an extra 15 minutes to get home, maybe 20 minutes. I think there's a crash on Alex Fraser Bridge or something like that. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Head east on East 37th Avenue toward...
Just waiting for the order. Alright guys, so I just delivered some McDicks and waiting for another order now. Guys, so I'm here at Jambo Grill and I've got about 3 minutes to spare, but it's always good to go inside just to check to see if they're ready. Alright, just made a delivery at BCIT and gonna look for another order. Alrighty, so I'm waiting for an order here at BCIT. It's probably not a very busy time, around what, 4 or something. Yeah, it'll get busier around like 5:36. So, story time. Why become the witness? In my world, nothing ever goes wrong. This was spoken by Nisargadatta Maharaj in response to an interviewer who, in exasperation, asked Maharaj to talk about the problems in his life. It is for me the single most powerful affirmation I have ever heard. I use it every day of my life, and I have it posted strategically in my office as a daily reminder of its supreme value in my life. The female interviewer insisted that Nisargadatta must have problems like every other human being. Nisargadatta said, you do not have any problems. Only your body has problems. In your world, nothing stays. In mine, nothing changes. Why would this enlightened master say that in his world nothing ever goes wrong? I believe it is because he was speaking from the position of compassionate witness. Within all of us is the eternal changeless dimension of our higher spiritual selves. This is the invisible I that talks to the physical self. This is the thinker of the thoughts. This compassionate observer is not revealed with scientific instruments and doesn't appear on autopsy reports. When you are genuinely able to live in that spiritual domain of the witness, then nothing goes wrong, because wrong is not possible for the witness. It is all in order. Nothing is questioned from that perspective. It is like being able to live in heaven where eternity and the soul are, at the same time that you are within the physical body. But in this space, the body is not the focal point of existence. I'm not suggesting that you need to sit in an ashram and discard all of your physical possessions in order to find this key to higher awareness, although that certainly is a possibility. Instead, I want you to consider how these words of nothing ever going wrong, of having no problems, and of living in a world of the changeless apply to your spiritual awakening. There is so much to learn from these ideas. Cultivating the witness will put you on the path where your higher, sacred self begins to influence your physical, ego self instead of the other way around. As Maharaj puts it, give it your full attention. Examine it with loving care, and you will discover heights and depths of being which you did not dream of. Engrossed as you are in your puny image of yourself, these are startling words describing the power and value of cultivating the witness. The ordinary way of attachment and suffering can be changed when you learn to access and cultivate. Squirrel. The ordinary way of attachment and suffering can change. Got distracted there. The ordinary way of attachment and suffering can be changed when you learn to access and cultivate the witness attitude of detachment and observation. Here are the principal advantages that will accrue to you as your compassionate witness becomes known. 1. When you cultivate your compassionate witness, you become aware that you are more than your daily thoughts, feelings, and sensations. When you learn that you are much more than a captive of a learned set of beliefs and behaviors that you have practiced over a lifetime, you will achieve an expanded view of who you are, and this new awareness will lead you to higher levels of living. It puts you in direct contact with your eternal soul. By creating that knowing of your divine self, you are able to soar to personal heights that your previous beliefs restricted from your view. In relationships, you will begin to go beyond your ego self and let go of the need to be right. Simply observing yourself will reveal how your old conditioned ways of being with others are limiting. The compassionate witness will open the door to spiritual partnerships with your loved ones. Learning to cultivate the witness adds a new dimension to life, leading to a more spiritual and blissful existence. Number 2, when you cultivate the compassionate witness, you become aware that you are more than what bothers you. As you cultivate the witness, the truth of nothing in my world ever goes wrong becomes apparent. You develop a knowing that transcends what you call your problems. The witness does not identify with the problems. You see those problems as the concerns of your body, which can be resolved without inner despair. Detached in this way, problems cannot get a lock on your inner world. You'll become almost indifferent because you possess the knowing that in this world of the body, everything changes. Nothing remains the same. Problems will change too. They too will come and go. The saying, "this too shall pass," takes on a more personal and relevant meaning. If you learn to view difficulties not as something that you must own internally, but as the natural comings and goings of the physical world, you will cultivate the witness on the path of your sacred quest. Number 3, when you cultivate your compassionate witness, you take an action that can dissipate problems. Earlier in this book, I wrote briefly about the mechanics of creation. That same explanation applies to cultivating the witness. To briefly recap, here are 2 sentences summarizing Nick Herbert's quantum reality. There is no reality in the absence of observation. Observation creates reality. Therefore, the act of witnessing, all by itself, without any other infringing activity, will create your reality. When you compassionately witness the troubling event in your life, keeping your attention on it in a way that knows that it is going in the direction of resolution, that is what occurs. Sitting with a problem in the non-judgmental way of the witness creates the observer energy for it to move on. I find it very satisfying to make problems vanish from my life through this process of witnessing. For example, in the past, I allowed myself to become very anxious under the pressure of a deadline to complete a writing project. The anxiety manifested in the form of an upset stomach, fatigue, jittery feelings, and a general level of physical discomfort. When I learned to witness, I found that I could close my eyes and refuse to identify with the problem in quotes. It remained part of my body, but separate from me, the witness. As I observed myself in the state of discomfort, compassionately detached from my body in the act of observation, I could notice the symptoms of anxiety dissipate. I actually found myself feeling calm and confident. As thoughts of deadline urgency would re-enter my mind, the discomfort returned, but it was different. Now, I was not the thought, but the observer of the thought. Gradually, the thought would disappear and be replaced by calm feeling, and then it would re-enter. After 30 minutes of being witness, watching the thoughts come and go and allowing my body to shift from comfort and calm to discomfort and then back again, the entire scene dissolved. It literally left my being. I found I was able then to sit down and write rather than be caught up in my body's and my mind's interpretation of the deadline. The act of witnessing from a detached perspective created a new energy within me. That energy dissolved the problem and allowed me to function at a healthier and more productive level. Pretty good stuff. Alright, still no orders. I just checked my phone to see if the volume was off or something like that, but still no orders. So, to continue, number 6. When you cultivate your compassionate witness, you put yourself in contact with God. It is in the act of cultivating the witness that I have come to know God more clearly in my life. The act of observation is the closest I have ever been able to come to actually experiencing another dimension of reality, unfettered by the constraints of the material world. It is very much an out-of-body experience, in which you will actually see your body and its thoughts without identifying with them. A regular practice of observing gives you an appreciation of Carl Sandburg's comment, "Something began me, and it had no beginning. Something will end me, and it has no end." From the position of witnessing, you know that you are not only that which you are seeing. A spiritual reality is available when you leave your material self. The connection to the higher part of yourself is felt from this position. The God force within you wraps you with love and peace as you witness the thoughts, feelings, and sensations of your body and its physical journey. This process of cultivating the witness is the process of knowing the truth of St. Matthew. Quote, "With God, all things are possible." End quote. Matthew 19:26. Now, you tell me if that leaves anything out. We know that all things are not possible in the physical domain. Therefore, God is being referred to as the part of you that is beyond the physical. It is through cultivating the witness that you can know this as your reality. So these are the 6 major benefits for you as you move into the way of the witness on the path of your sacred quest. You will slowly emerge as a being who knows that you exist outside of your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations, and therefore they will not play the major role that they have. All right, heading over to Subway, eat fresh. So I know some people don't like the smell of Subway bread. If they say if you can even call it that, but the guy was like baking fresh, air quotes, bread, and it smelled pretty good. I kind of want to eat like a vegan meatball sub later. I don't know. Alright, just did a delivery for Earl's and waiting for another order. I also extended my shift it was going to end at 7:15, extended it till 8, and then I added another shift to go from 8 until 11. But the cool thing is I don't have to actually work until 11. You can actually just like sign out or hit pause and then go home early. So that's what I usually do. If it gets slow around 8:30 or 9, I'll just hit pause and then I'll go home early. Hey guys, just taking a quick break at A&W. Beyond Meat Burger, pretty good. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. I asked for no mayo, no cheese and stuff to make it vegan. Pretty good. Waiting at McDonald's. Usually McDonald's is fast food, but it takes a little while, usually. Okie dokie. Let's go deliver this McDonald's. Alright guys, so that's pretty much the Skip deliveries for the day. I'm gonna call it quits. It's about 9:20 p.m. so I worked about a little over 5 hours and 35 minutes. Let's check out the stats. Oh, and if you guys want to try out Skip, feel free to use the link in the description. So with the referral link, you'll get a bonus and I'll get a bonus. Right now, I believe it's $50 for you and $50 for me, which is pretty nice. So feel free to use the link. It does change from time to time. I think in the past it was like $25 each, but just check it out and it's free money for both of us. All right, guys, happy driving, safe driving, peace.